Joanna Benhaurosh, CEO of the Rabbi Sacks Legacy. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
How did you first come into contact with Rabbi Sacks? Where were some of the main areas that he influenced you?
My proper contact that I first had with him was when he set up Continuity. And Jewish Continuity was an organisation that he set up in order to try and revitalise and reinvigorate the Anglo-Jewish community. He was very worried that it would go the same way in terms of assimilation, out-marriage. And the idea was to instill in the Jewish community a pride in their Jewish identity and show ways of engaging with their Judaism. Rabbi Sacks had found the most exciting people in the educational communal world to lead this initiative. He invited lay leaders to come and join him on this journey, and they all brought their own ideas. He put together a board and they chose people that were experts in their particular fields. So whether it was educationalists or it was artists, Ivrit speakers, there were people who came from different walks of life professionally, but had a specific expertise in certain areas.
So was he kind of trying to draw out the talent?
Definitely.
From deep within the
community?
Deep
within the community, yeah. And also by involving so many people, the ripple effect would be incredible, because what they would do is they would impact their own communities and way beyond. And they would bring other people on board, their family and their friends. He wanted to bring people together.
Judaism is a faith which you are either born into, or you embrace, or you live it in your home so that your children can embrace it. Then Judaism ceases to be an ethnic group and becomes the faith community that it is and should be. And I'm afraid this is the only way we can think of it today. We have to embrace all the people who want to join us. The people who don't want to join us, we have to say, please give at least your children the chance to experience it.
How did he kind of care for individuals within the Jewish community at the same time as doing the more kind of macro thinking work?
It was complicated, and he spent his first 5 years running around Great Britain and the Commonwealth. He wanted to be seen, he wanted to be approachable, but what he also wanted to do was show each community how important they were, because often we think of the UK as London and Manchester, and perhaps Leeds, but every single community has an important role to play in Great Britain, and he felt very strongly that he needed to be in Ireland and he needed to be in Scotland, everywhere. But then he started to think about, what about all the people who didn't belong to a community? How was he going to reach out to them? That's our way in Chutz La'aretz of connecting with our Judaism, is belonging to a community. He really set his sights on reaching out to those who weren't part of the community and how to make them feel belong and engage with them. His thought about the world, our place in it, what we should be doing to make the world a better place, and how he personally could help that.
Do you know something? My favorite phrase in all of politics, very American phrase, is "we the people." Why we the people? Because it says that we all share collective responsibility for our collective future. And that's how things really are and should be.
We know he was a prolific writer. Can you tell us a bit about the books, what kind of reach he's having?
I think it's over 50,000 books of his. Sor Erlich and now Amnon Bazak are doing incredible translations. For me, the most important impact that he's beginning to have is in Israel. And that's something that he would have loved to know, and I wish that he had known about it before. He always felt that having rabbi as his title held him back in Israel. His ideas are now becoming mainstream in Israel, which they weren't. And that's thanks to the beautiful translations, bringing out the poetry, because he didn't write typical prose, Rabbi Sacks. It was poetry. Every word was carefully weighed, every sentence was thought through, every paragraph, and it came together to make a whole picture. My saddest thoughts right now are the Jewish books that he didn't write.
Which languages have Rabbi Sacks's books been translated into?
Well, Covenant and Conversation, which goes out weekly, is currently going out in 14 languages.
14 languages?
14, including Persian, Arabic, Romanian, I believe Hungarian, and obviously Hebrew, Spanish, German, and Italian. It's just quite incredible to see his worldwide reach. But if you have a look on our bookshelf in the office, you'll find a book from Korea, from Vietnam, I think from Poland, Vilnius we found one. It's quite incredible, his reach. And they're not necessarily books that you would expect to be translated into other languages. They might be of Jewish interest, but people really are engaging with his work in a number of languages.
And my big question for you is why?
I think what he did was he made very complicated ideas accessible. Take, for instance, science and religion. You wouldn't think those two concepts go together, but he showed that how imperative it was that they were seamlessly put together.
Which of his main values do you think are applicable or could be applicable to Israeli society?
The idea of Ahdut, unity. He always used to say that who can do the most damage to Jewish people is the Jewish people. He felt that every Jew has a spiritual side and they just needed to be tapped into in the right way.
I believe that Talit is a living proof of my proposition that secular Israelis are the only people who really believe that secular Israelis are secular. I mean, here's a secular guy who writes, God is in the crowd. The first word you write is the Rabbono Shalom. Secular Israelis are Ma'aminim b'nei Ma'aminim, but they don't have rabbis who are willing to go out and say, Tal, and all of you secular Israelis, we admire you, we respect you, because without secular Jews, we'd still be davening for a state of Israel. And because of secular Jews, we have a state of Israel.
Well,
so, please, let us, all of us, Reform, Orthodox, religious, secular, work together. Hear the call of 38 centuries, and let us go out and be true to our faith and a blessing to the world. Thank you.
he saw Jewish life being lived in Israel. He loved that Simchas HaChaim. Even in dark times, you choose life. You actually go out and live it to the best.
Thank you so much, Joanna. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.